Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing today? Jacob is first today. Well done, Jacob. Good morning, my good friend. How's everything going with you? Hope you're doing okay on this crazy day today. It's definitely gonna be an extremely interesting day. That's for damn sure. Just absolute madness pre-market, guys. We had a lot of beats, but pretty much everything beat pre-market, and the market did not care. It just kept going down, and what the hell happened? Nothing, nothing happened with all these beats. Then we get the ECB rate hike, and we get this first pump here. Then we get GDP, which is good for the stock market, not good for the Feds, and just things go absolutely bonkers. Damn. Jacob says, "Morning, just sitting on the sidelines right now." I know, man. It's absolutely nuts. It's scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's damn scary out there here today. We're gonna have to be very careful. Look at this. Look at this. I am down $350 and the day just started. Like it is. No, we're this is a very interesting, crazy day. I had two puts. I cut one, and I still have one. Hoping it kind of regains, some footing. I don't know how the market is gonna react. It should be going down. We're gonna go and analyze some stuff now, but we'll see how it goes. Sizian says, "Morning." Oh, you're Astro. I didn't know that. Yeah, you didn't clarify. I didn't know it was you. Hey, morning, my good friend. Morning, Omega. Good morning, my very good friend. Jazz says, "Good morning, morning to you, my man. Been busy, but I'm back. You picked a crazy day to be back, my friend. You picked a very crazy nutty day to be back. All right, guys. So hey, at least good news. We're up a little bit on AMD. Crazy run up yesterday for no apparent news. Also, we scalped a little bit in the morning, so we're up to $100 on our futures account. So that's something that kind of counteracts a little bit the loss we're having here. So I'm not gonna average down. Right, this is how you lose money. This is how you start going backwards. It's very tempting to average down now because I do kind of expect the market will go down. So it's very tempting to average down and hope I make back my loss. But hey, I would rather eat that loss than go back, and erase a few days worth of work, right? So this is not even half of yesterday's gain. I'm fine with that. If I end up losing this, I end up losing this. It is what it is, right? But for now, I will only average down if I see very clear sign of the market pulling back, right? So speaking of which, let's look at the futures here because this is the only thing we have here, right? So we're gonna go, of course, in individual stocks and SPY, but it's very important to see what's going on here from a structural standpoint. Okay, I'm very sick of these like million lines we have here, so I'm just gonna kill them all. We don't need these all these lines. We're gonna redraw them if we have to. You specifically, you with your million lines, man. Be gone. Goodbye. I don't need you. Goodbye. All right, there we go. We don't even need the trend lines. Let's just draw new stuff here, right? We don't need any of that. There you go. Much clearer, much better. All right, so okay, let's look at the day chart because this is the most critical thing, right? This is how we've been gauging everything for the past day. Now things do look a little bit bullish, right? It is what it is. Let's call an ace an ace. Things do look bullish, but remember, guys, we have been monitoring the 50-day MA for the longest time, for the past 3 days, and it has been serving us absolutely well so far. First test, and we know, of course, what happens when we test a major line. It's not going to break through the first time. It is what it is. And, next date open lower. Tried going above the 50 MA. Hard reject here. We see this wick close under. That's a little bit bearish. And now, we're still trying for the 50 MA here. So the 50 MA is 3,860.5. So we cross this line, which we're not that far off away. We're 7 points away from it. So we break through, we go up, then we know that this high is not done here, and we're going to make a new high, probably breaking, the high of the week here, which was at 3,896. So this is an extremely critical, important line to keep an eye on, right? We tried a bunch of times in the morning, but we were unable to. Every time we peak right above it, we just keep getting smacked back down here. So super critical line to keep an eye on. Same thing goes here for the 1 hour, right? So for the 1 hour, we have the 50 MA and 200 MA sticking close together. When that happens, that means you're getting, look at this consolidation, right? Not big movements. So the 21 MA, the last 21 candles and the last 50 candles, not much price movement. So you see them getting close together, right? So again, we all know we've actually had a very good trade off this one, a couple of good trades off this before, and this is one of the ways I know that we're gonna get a big move soon because something has to give, right? Something has to give here. We have either to break clear above the 21 MA, 50 MA, or go down below them. One way or the other, something has to give here. So this is how we know we're gonna get a serious move very soon, right? So again, something to keep an eye on here. Now the 5 minute has been looking a little bit crazy here. This is where we're getting the bulk of the action. So if we just had the chart here to just look at everything a little bit clearly, this is just like absolutely bonkers, right? So but again, always zoom out to get a clear view. Look at this. It's mostly been sideways, right? The market has been trying to decide what to do. Now we've spoken about this from a structural standpoint before. We have made new higher lows, right? And we made higher highs here. So this was the last lower high, and then we broke that, and now we made a higher high. So that's good. Now, for a proper structural standpoint, we need to make a higher low here, right? So we need a pullback, right? And then to make a higher low. Does that mean this will happen? Not necessarily, right? This is a crazy market we're in, right? Don't forget we have Apple earnings today, we have Amazon earnings today. So we can see a run up throughout the day, and then maybe it can get, smacked back down, midday. We can get the smackdown at the open. I have no clue, and no one can tell you what's going to happen, from this point moving on forward. This is why we're gonna just watch and see here. This is why I'm not averaging down or doing anything. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. Today is a scalping day. Whatever you think is gonna happen, it probably might not, right? We have a million and one reasons for the market to go up and a million and one reasons for the market to go down from both a fundamental standpoint and a technical standpoint, right? So we're gonna have to wait and see what the big boys are gonna do today. I recommend patience, absolute patience today. No need to rush into anything. Just stay patient. Let's see what the market wants to do here. And I recommend if you see green, you get that money. You book your win, right? Don't just like don't get greedy. Today is a crazy day, right? So all right, so let's see here. Natty gas taking a hit. That's expected. It's been taking a hit for the longest time here. It just ran absolutely wild. This is very normal, right? So let's see here. Europe kind of doing okay-ish on the 75 point. Let's see here. All right, so okay, so this is interesting. So we have here the TNX, the 10-year treasuries, right? They're going down. Okay, so this is very interesting here. They're definitely pulling back, which is bullish for the market. But on the other hand, here we have the dollar. So what's the dollar doing? The dollar is jumping back up. This is very bearish for the market. Again, this is what I'm saying. A million and one reasons, right, to pick a specific bias, right? I can give you, if you want to be bullish, I can give you many reasons why we'll be bullish now, and vice versa. If you want to be bearish, too risky, right? Everything, right, is just like it's going in opposite directions, right? So let's look at the SPY here and what it has been doing. It's up half a point, right? Super interesting to see the SPY up half a point. TAC not doing so well, minus zero point 0.2. VIX neither here nor there. It jumped up and then is going back down again. What else do we have here? VVIX outflows, lots of outflows. That makes sense, right? So what else do we have here? AMD, Nvidia jumped up a lot yesterday for no apparent reason, up 3.5% this pre-market, right? It's at the week high here, so this is gonna be pretty damn interesting to see what happened. Basically, AMD and Nvidia, the semis, they're what held the QQQ and the market up yesterday after the horrendous meta mess. We did that together in the Discord, down 22% last time I checked, just absolute disaster. Right. Tesla, same thing, going up. So Tesla and the semis going up together with no apparent news tells me it's definitely something related to the semis. The chips shortage. Could be we're getting some relief there soon. Again, I have no clue, guys. If anyone knows something I don't, do let me know. But I've been going through the news since yesterday. I'm not seeing anything specific to these guys, so that's gonna be interesting. Apple here still on a downtrend, which is to be expected, right? People are a little bit, a lot of people don't want to play the earnings. People are a little bit worried about today, right? So that makes absolute sense. Probably same thing for Amazon. Yeah, there you go. Amazon down 1.36%. Again, for the most part, mostly people expect both of these to miss. The question is, how big will the miss be? What will the guidance look like, right? So if we get things within the acceptable realm here, within the acceptable range today, would be sort of the last important day for the earnings, right? Not counting healthcare. So we get through today, and then the next thing we have is the FMOC meeting next Wednesday, right? So Twitter, by the way, is getting delisted. I know a bunch of guys are playing here. Twitter is gonna get delisted on Friday. I'm not sure if it's before the open or after the open. Usually it's before the open, but Friday should be the last day Twitter is listed. Elon, I think, announced that. I think he's just showing that he's serious about this deal. So make sure to play accordingly. I would recommend closing options or anything that you have today if they don't get like absolutely destroyed anyway, because delisting tomorrow. Just play it safe. Don't wait till tomorrow. This is my 2 cents, but of course, not financial advice. Each to his own. Netflix. Let's see here. Again, flirting with the 300 level. So I'll be looking, of course, to enter Netflix again if possible. Looking for a nice pullback here. Still has 30 points to the gap fill, so that could be a definite play here. Meta 23%, just grinding for those lows here. Wow. Again, basically, once that level here gave up, the one that we had on the charts before, 113.9, 114, let's say, it was just like it went down on the earnings, touched it, started flirting here a little bit, and then once that level gave away, it's just like absolute madness. Just crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, we've had other earnings here today, right? Some a little bit important ones, right? So we have here MasterCard. So MasterCard looks like it beat both EPS and revenue, but it's down. I'm gonna guess guidance was not good, and that one. So that was the most important one today here. Now, and that was the only finance company reporting here today. We've also had, I know we had McDonald's. We had, there you go, McDonald's. So McDonald's beat because McDonald's. So that was to be expected. We had Caterpillar Industrial, very important industrial, and it beat up 6%. That was a very nice beat. We posted the numbers in the room if anyone wants to look at it. I think we had one more here. Merck. I think it was Merck. That was should be transportation. Well, anyway, they beat. So not super important, but they did beat. So that's something to keep an eye on. So basically, a lot of beats in this morning, right? Strong results. I was surprised that we didn't run up more today. But again, you know how these things are. So it is what it is. Now we go back here to our futures, kind of to give us an idea a little bit of how things will be going pre-market. Jared, hey, how's it going, man? Got the footer fired up finally. There you go. Well done, my man. Well done. All right. So let's see here. A little bit of a pullback. I don't want to say this is a bull flag forming because it really isn't. But it's gonna be very, very important here. This candle on the 1 hour, right? Because we said something has to give. So it tried to go down below the 50 MA, and of course we know what happened here. Had a big, big, big candle going up. Pushed everything up because of the ECB rate hike, which by the way is kind of considered a pivot because 75 points is expected but lower. So this sort of is a pivot here, which is signaling to the market, hey, if Europe with all the bad stuff going on there is pivoting, the states probably will pivot too, right? So this is why we had a run up on the news. And of course, GDP came in strong, not good for the Feds whatsoever, but good for the market, right? So, and which is what we've been seeing from the earnings, right? So we've been seeing quarter over quarter decrease, and that's normal. But again, things are not as bad as we expected them to be, right? So we'll see here. Again, I do think we get a pullback sooner or later. We have, from a technical standpoint, we do need a pullback here. I am worried that this keeps going up all the way up until FMOC. In that case, the pullback that we'll be getting will not be a healthy pullback. We'll probably be going to make new lows. I really hope that's not the case. I hope we pull back now and run on the FMOC because they said we're gonna pivot. I really hope that that's the case. So we'll see. Angelique joined us. Good morning, Angelique. How's it going? Jared says going. Morning, Angelique. All right. So we're up almost 50 points here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there you go. My put is absolutely cremated here. Still would not average down yet. Again, I want to see some sort of, well, down 50%, right? So I want to see some sort of, indication that the trend is going down. I'm not seeing that so far. So if anything, actually kind of looks a little bit bullish here. Ideally, I want to see the 1 hour close under the 50 MA, right? The 21 MA and the 50 MA. This would just kind of, ease me a little bit. And in that case, I would definitely start averaging down. But until I see that, no need to throw good money, after bad money here. You can't save what you can save. And if anything, actually, we'll just probably cut it. If we see things are bullish, we'll cut it and then get into calls and make our money back that way, right? So no need to double down on a loser. So, but till then, we're definitely going to keep an eye on things here. I think a very critical level here will be the high of yesterday, right? This high here. So this is something I'm definitely going to keep an eye on, in addition to the 50 MA on the 1 day, and of course the 50 MA, 21 MA on the 1 hour, right? Lots of levels to keep an eye on here today. Again, like I said, extremely important day, extremely important levels, make or break for a lot of things here today. Of course, we all know that Apple and Amazon are pretty much, Apple, to be honest, is going to decide a lot of things, right? So excuse me, guys, for a minute. I'll be right back with you. Enjoy the music. Sorry about that, guys. We're back. All right. So the market was kind enough to not move a lot while I was away. So it seems to be flirting with this high here we had on the GTP run up. Sorry, on pre-market way early on in the morning before we started going down. So this is definitely going to be an interesting level to keep an eye on here, so we can start drawing our first lines, right? Because we're going to need a lot of lines here today. So I would say first level 3867.5, right? This level here, these peaks here that we were unable to break through. Again, looks like we struggled with those peaks on the 25th, 2 days ago. So definitely an important level to keep an eye on here. We're going to want to see if we get a rejection or not. Now, this sort of kind of, again, coincides with the 50 MA here on the daily a little bit, because it's 3860. This is 386.7. So this could be a little bit of the peak and then rejection, right? So this is what we're going to be looking for here today. So first test, of course, it seems that we bounced right down off it, which is good. Now on the 1 day here, or on the 5 minutes here, I want to see us losing, of course, 200 MA to begin with, and then hopefully the 50 MA later on. But for now, we can't really, again, judge anything. I think the opening will be a little bit telling, right? I think the opening is going to be important, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Angelique is asking, what's your opinion on Tessie? Well, let's have a look here. Let's see here. Last time we looked, it was up quite a bit. So, okay, back again, flirting with the 230 level. So, Angelique, if you remember, yesterday we had this line drawn here at the, well, you can't see it properly here. So, let's just jump into the, there you go, so much better here. Gives us a much clearer overview. So we had this line drawn here, the 29.7, right, which is as you can see here, a critical level. We might actually we can move this up here right on top of these candles, which is exactly the 230, right? So I would say 230 is super critical level on Tesla. Now, if in the case we open down here, so if we open down, we hold the 21 MA and then move right back up, cool, right? If we don't, then, and we start breaking these MAs here, then we're going back down, and this is no good. So my personal recommendation is, if we open above, also another scenario, if we open above the 230 level and we start consolidating above and then run again, cool. So if you have multiple contracts, I would 100% trim. On a separate note, regardless of the technicals, and this is for everyone, not just Tesla, the best premium you will get will be at the open. You will most likely never get a premium as good as you get at the open, because you have all that IV from the big move up pushing you up here. So let's say, for example, Tesla, and let's say one contract is worth $100, right? So let's say $100 at the open, right? So you sell here. If you hold this and it goes down a little bit and then goes up here again, in order for it probably to go back to the $100 level, Tesla might have to be at 235 or 234, something like that. So I would recommend, definitely trimming if you have some here, or even better, safer, sell everything. Like if you got those yesterday, you're up a lot, right? You're up 2.5%, almost 7 points. You're up decently. I would recommend selling everything, get that nice premium, and then get in again, right? It will probably pull back on the open a little bit, right? At some point, it has to pull back. So get in on the pullback, collect that nice premium that you had from the IV push up this morning, and then get in again if market conditions are favorable, right? So I would recommend keeping an eye on the SPY and QQQ as well, right? Now, we might get a drag on the SPY and the QQQ just from these two bad boys here, Apple and Amazon, right? Again, a lot of people will probably be, we've seen outflows since yesterday, a lot of people getting out of Apple. Not a disastrous amount. As you can see, the chart technically overall is still bullish here until we break this level, the 174.2, which we tested pre-market but bounced right off it. But unless we're breaking this, we're just making a lower high here. A higher low here, so that's fine from a structural standpoint. Right now, what I want to see from Apple is just a run up, break through the 200 MA, and just keep going up. From a structural standpoint, in that case, we're still bullish. So I would recommend keeping a very good eye on Apple here on this level. I wouldn't, just count too much, into anything here, because again, people are getting out because they don't want to play the earnings. Tech, for the most part, missed, not horribly, but they still missed. So people could be scared. That makes perfect sense. I wouldn't read too much into it. I see here, Jared says, my two kittens are wrestling like the market and the Fed law. Yeah, you should see my two dogs, just like absolute nuts. Same thing here, man. Like when they fight, I 100% remember the volatility in the charts. They're just like absolutely bonkers, right? So, right here. So we gotta we can call this a hard reject. No, I know we didn't touch the line per se, but it's probably like a supply zone here, a demand zone here, right? So we definitely got some sort of hard rejection here. Not the end of the world. We probably might go and test this level again, as a matter of fact. But it's holding 200 MA, which is good if you're a bull, not good if, like me, you gotta put, right? So again, not a good idea to average down here yet. So I won't be doing anything so far. I'm just looking here for this level. I would love to see a breakdown of 200 MA. For starters, first 200 MA, and then of course we lose these two. That would be absolutely perfect. By the way, the level where we're officially bearish for today, for the futures, and of course equivalent for the SPX and for the SPY, would be right here. We're gonna draw the SPY levels in a moment, but let's just draw this line. Oh, we have two lines. Let's just draw this line here. I would say this area right around here. This is 3,836.5. I want to see a break down of this level here for me to go fully bearish. By the way, here we just pull back a little bit. We see we've been consolidating in this channel that we just drew right now for a little bit here since the 25th, 2 days ago. We've been in a little bit of a consolidation zone, trying to break out and failing. This is the equivalent of the 50 MA area. Let's just jump into 1 day here, and I'll show you exactly how this plays out on the 1 day. Like, look at this. These will be the 3 candles. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful when everything just like, coincides together, right? So we see this here. Look at this chop that we've been having in the 5 minute is exactly, the testing and retesting of the 50 MA on the 1 day, right? Just absolutely beautiful. So it will make a sense from a structural standpoint, from a technical standpoint, if we break this level here, obviously the market is going to run up and go up a little bit more, and vice versa. Of course, if we break these lows here, then obviously we're probably going back down, likely to test I would say first here we do have some sort of I would say kind of here 3,750. If not, then the 21 MA. Either of these levels are fine. I would love to see them hold. This is the perfect scenario where we see this one go all the way down here, and then we see it maybe consolidate a little bit or just bounce and go up to make a lower high. Then we're still in a bullish trend. But if we see it starting to go down here, or flirt with the 21 MA, this is not a good sign. We might be going for new lows here. So definitely critical, important lines to keep an eye on here. On the other hand, we break through this here. I want to say clear skies, but of course we're gonna have to probably contest with this level here a little bit. 3,923. This is going to be a critical level, an important level to keep an eye on here. So again, many levels to keep an eye on here, but this is what it takes in order for you to not get screwed in the market, not get chopped up. We're about to open in 4 minutes here, so gonna be super interesting. Jared is asking, wasn't that a shooting star yesterday? You can say that. You can definitely say that. I would say a shooting star would be like 2 full body candles. So we don't have a shooting star yet. I would need this to close somewhere. It doesn't have to be exact full body, just like this one here. But if we'd have like a bigger body here today and we close, because again, we're going to have to wait for the close. This is still an ongoing candle. One candle is 1 day. So this candle hasn't closed yet. So we got to close here, somewhere here in this area, definitely underneath that line. This will coincide, of course, with our resistance and support levels. And yeah, that will be a shooting star. Definitely bearish. We start going down. So, but yeah, great observation there, Jared. Well done. Looks like you're really studying up, my man. Look at you. Excellent. Very, very good observation. All right. So let's see here. How is SPY doing? All right, so SPY 1 day, of course, SPY 1 day repetition here of what we've been talking about. SPY and the SPY futures, they're one and the same, no biggie. But more importantly, I want to see what's going to happen here at the open, right? So open is in 2 minutes. We're not going to risk it, but let's just for now look at the 4 levels that we look at every day at the open, the most important 4 levels here. So first 2 levels, pre-market low, which is right here, which is coincidentally also some sort of support. So I'm gonna draw my support line here as well, right? We see 1, 2, 3, 4 times tested. So obviously a very important support line here, 381.5. We've discussed this level a bunch of times before, so no surprise there, obviously. And of course, we have here the PM high, which is going to be our resistance, which again, coincidentally, another resistance line here, because we've seen this tested a few times. So I would put my line here. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. So again, another important resistance line. So of course, I'll be looking for these 2 lines here: break under puts, break above calls. That's very obvious. And of course, yesterday's high and yesterday's low. Now, this is very important here. Very, very interesting, right? So PM highs, yesterday's highs, this is the 387.6 level here. Yesterday's lows, coincidentally, are the same levels that we just draw here. Yesterday's lows is today's pre-market low. So super interesting, super important, because this here is sort of becoming a critical major level, intraday wise at least. So if we see a break through this, not only did we break yesterday's low, we also break today's a pre-market low, right? So it's going to be extremely interesting to see if we actually are able to break through this or not. Going to be pretty damn bearish if we do, right? And we see here from a weekly standpoint, we had this big run up here that got us above this level. So not much here, right? Look at this big candle here. So we probably break through this level. We go down very quickly to 379.5, and I really hope we do, because I have a put that's not doing so well, right? So far it's flirting with the 200 MA here, which is to be expected. The market just opened, guys, so just keep an eye. Now we just bounced right off 200 MA. Again, we already have our levels marked out here, so we're already prepared. That's always good. So we have our levels, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back. I'm going to relax. I'm just going to watch what the lever is doing here. Now, while the SPY does its thing, of course, you know what we love looking at here? We love looking at the VIX, right? VIX is going to be super extremely important. VIX is starting to form, again, another level of support here. It's definitely been struggling to break the 27.3 area. Look at this, so many tests. Been really trying hard to break it, unable to. We're going to want to see the VIX for the bullish scenario. We're going to want to see this line broken down, and to get an order for the market to get a run up. But if we get another bounce off here and we start reclaiming MAs, specifically 200 MA, then no good, things are bearish, right? So judging from the QQQ and the SPY here, I think things are opening up here pretty bullish for everything. Look at that. Wow, AMD up 4%, Nvidia up 6%. That's just bonkers here, guys. That's just absolutely crazy. I'm up almost $100 on my remaining Nvidia, AMD, which would be around 50%. Yeah, 53%. So I might be trimming that. I'm not trimming, selling it soon and getting in again. We'll see. I don't know. Of course, my SPX put is not very healthy at the moment. So again, I'm not crushing. I am waiting. We're seeing, of course, the VIX go down. That is very much to be expected with this crazy open here. Marvel, Nvidia, AMD up, Intel not. Again, I have no clue what's going on here. Tesla doing very well, opening above the 230 line, right? So again, the scenario here is I'm looking for this to hold. I'm looking for the 230 line to hold. 230 lines holds, we're good. Everything is a-okay. We break through down, we might go back down to 224. So let's hope this line here holds, because Angelique has a few calls here. So just something to keep in mind here. Neo pulling back a little bit. That's normal. It had a crazy run, so that's to be expected. Apple almost green, down only 0.25%. That's not too bad. Huge big green candle here. Now, of course, it's gonna have probably a hard time breaking through the 200 MA line, so we can expect a pullback if it ever gets there. Twitter going up almost to its the deal levels that were expected. That's normal. Shopify beat here, which is something to keep in mind if you want to play the Amazon earnings. Very, very interesting. Netflix pulling back down a little bit here, to be expected, not the end of the world. I welcome very much a pullback as much as possible on Netflix, because I would really like to reload. So I'll be waiting for that. Meta down almost 25%. Obviously their bets on the free cash flow horrible. This is why they're down so much. They're burning way too much cash on the Meta project, so that's something that people are not super excited about. Let's see how crypto is doing quickly. Crypto, neither up nor down. Not big moves here, so that's something I don't want to say concerning, but crypto has been sort of a leading indicator for the past week here, so definitely something to keep in mind here. I'm gonna go back to the SPY here, because I want to know if I will be able to average down, or will I just eat my loss and move on. So let's see here. All right, SPY flirting with the pre-market high. Again, that's to be expected. We know these are important levels. Everyone is looking at these levels here. So break above this, we might get a run all the way up to 387 and test yesterday's high. Break under and start losing this critical 381.5 level here, and we might finally get some bearish momentum. So we'll see. Keep in mind here that the market is still kind of undecided. GDP is strong, good for the stock market. That means stocks are doing well. The economy is doing well, so stocks are doing well. Bad for the Feds because the Feds are like, well, hey guys, like whatever we're doing is not working. There is no crush like we're expecting. Nothing is going on. So you know what? No more another 75 point or hell even 100 points, right? So definitely interesting here. Let's see how much the futures are pricing. Uh, let's see here, interest rates. That's gonna also help us a little bit here today. SPY still going again for the highs of the days, so that's interesting. All right, so this is cmegroup.com/trading/interest rates. If you guys want to visit this link to see again what the FMOC is, what the market is pricing in as probability rates. Again, and also nice countdown here, 6 days, 4 hours till the FMOC meeting. So interesting, 75 points. We were at 85% yesterday, so this moved up here, even though the market is green. 75 points probability increased to 91%. It was 85 yesterday. So people are starting to price in more the probability that we're going to get 75 points. Like I said, this confirms what I've been saying. GDP is bad. This is not good for the Fed. So, and of course, this went down here, the odds for the 50 point, obviously. So, interesting, something again interesting to keep in mind here. All right, so let's see what the market is going to do today. So far still chopping around at the open, undecided, long wicks, not good. Volume on par with the open of the past week, which overall is not very strong volume, I might add, but it is what it is. So let's see here. Okay, so we're going. All right, testing the 383.2 support level here and bouncing right off it. Again, this is just chop, nothing trade worthy here, all over the place. VIX coming down a little bit. That's definitely interesting, right? So but still flirting with this level here, having troubles breaking through. AMD Nvidia of course came down a little bit. That's to be expected. It had a very healthy strong open, so people are going to take profits. That makes like perfect sense, nothing crazy here. Same thing of course for Tesla, broke through the 230 line. This is what I was talking about here. Now for Tesla, you want to see the 21 MA hold, right, in order for it to continue a run up. But again, nothing crazy here. Profit taking is to be expected. The idea is that will that profit taking turn into a spiral downwards, or will the buyers step back in again? I personally think we go down, but again, this is just a guess. I'm not gonna play any guesses today. I'm just looking for technical indicators to guide me. Like I said, I don't Apple going down here, I was not expecting it would break through 200 MA. Like I said, just because it has earnings today, nothing bad per se. A lot of people are looking probably to get out at the open, so we'll see what happens here. Let's go back to our SPY. We might be getting some sort of movement here soon. Let's quickly look at the futures. So futures still within our levels, right? No break up here in order for us to go long, and no break down in order for us to go short. So nothing super interesting. Now let's go to SPY. VIX is about to go red, right? So again, something important to keep in mind here. We're not seeing divergences. The market is slightly green, right? And the VIX is slightly green. I would not call that a divergence per se. Of course, you want to see the VIX red by now, which is not. But I'm not gonna call this a diversion and just say what I said the previous days when something is about to happen, which obviously, as you guys see here, this is the divergence, and look what happened. Another divergence, look what happened, right? So I would not consider this a divergence as of yet. They're pretty much on par here, so nothing for me. Jay, nice Tessie puts call. Well done, my good friend. Well done, from 232 to 229. Excellent. That was very smart. Well done. Yeah, again, and why this was a very smart play by Jay, for a very simple reason. Like I said, things open up very green. people are gonna collect the premiums. People are gonna sell their stocks that they held from the pre-market or yesterday. Again, just people taking profits. It's pretty normal. I wouldn't read much into it, right? So we have here AMD going up with the SPY going down, which is the absolute perfect scenario for me here. I hope this keeps going up all day. I want to see AMD just go up and the market go down. Difficult scenario, I know, but hey, a boy can dream, right? All right, so strong rejection here and pulling us below the 200 MA. Nice. Of course, a little reject here in the 21 MA to be expected because this was a sudden drop. Uh, so let's see here. For the first time so far, we're below the 383.2 level. So this is good for me. VIX a little bit green. Again, not seeing much divergence here. Looks like it's just following the market so far. Again, in order for me to, be feel safer, I want to see the VIX jump up to like 0.5 or 1%. This is gonna give me a bearish, bias here. We're seeing the VIX starting to jump up, which is good. But again, the market not doing anything here. To be honest, this is still technically chop. Scalp areas, guys. If anyone is in a position here, I would recommend scalps only. Don't take any swings yet. At least this is my personal opinion here. All right, so we've finally lost the 200 MA. We lost the 21 MA, and we're right under the 50 MA on the SPY here. This is very, very good. We're seeing the VIX starting to run up here again. That is good. You want to see these parallel moves. SPY going down, VIX going up, and vice versa. So this looks good here so far. Let's see. Again, for me, the ultimate test here where I would add to my puts position is I want to see this level gone. I want to see 381.5 gone. I see that gone, we're bearish. But till then, this all is just chop, right? This is nothing really, right? Jay Smooth, welcome back, baby. How's it going, man? Good morning. All right, long big wick here of the 50 MA to be expected. This is the first test, since the market opened. QQQ not so hot, down 0.5%. AMD pulling back a little bit. Tesla pulling back more than a little bit, not looking too hot here. Hopefully, Angelique, you got out right at the open. Let's see here. Apple down 1%, again, to be expected. Amazon down 2.5%. Shopify just beasting, just absolute beasting. Look at that, up 13%. Whoa, that is just like, that is crazy. Good for you, Shopify. Let's see here. What else do we have? Spotify down a little bit, to be expected. Nothing else doing anything major. Meta as a third. Who cares? Microsoft tanking. All right, let's have a look at Microsoft. Where is Microsoft? I wouldn't say tanking. It's down 1%. It's in line with, like everything that's going in the market. And also, don't forget, it had pretty bad earnings. And it's still holding the 228.5 line. As long as it's holding this line, it will probably chop inside this range here. This is usually the case after earnings. So I wouldn't really, read much into it. But if it breaks the 228.5 level, puts all day, man. Puts all day. Baba thoughts? Okay, well, let's have a look at Baba. Let's see. I remember you showed me a picture today of, lost a short action. If I remember correctly, the Chinese market was a little bit iffy today, so that could affect it. But I would recommend, if you're trading Baba and NIO and all that stuff, just have an index, the Hang Seng index maybe, just to know what's going on with China. They do trade and close before the market opens in the US, so you kind of have an overview about what's going to happen. Yeah, it's down 2%. Like I said, the Asian market wasn't too hot today. This is why you had the big gap down. People were a little bit worried. Things are a little bit iffy in China, so looks like it's making, again, I would look here, just to give you like a definitive answer. Look at this 200 ma here, right? We break through this, we go up, we fill the small gap here, and we fill the big gap here. If we are unable to break the 200 ma, we're probably going back down here to this level, because you see here lots of support here. We're gonna go back down to the 63. So I would definitely recommend, if we are unable to break the 200 ma, take some profits, man. Like, take some profits off the table, or just get out and re-enter again. This is just my 2 cents, but keep an eye on the 200 MA on the 5 minutes. Let's have a quick look for you actually on the higher time frames, if we're getting some sort of confluence or anything like that. So, okay, on the bullish side here, we broke over the 200 MA. Sorry, the 21 MA on the 1 hour. So that's always nice. And the 200 MA is kind of coinciding with the gap fill. So it's not going to stop us from filling that gap, like Netflix, for example. So that's some nice bullish news for you on a higher time frame. And yeah, same thing. One day looks bullish, pretty oversold. With us, making our way up. We can see it test the 21 MA. Probably 21 MA will go down to the gap fill and then fill it. On higher time frames, Baba does look bullish, so that's nice. 5 minutes, I would really keep an eye on the 200 MA. More likely than not, we break through it, but you know how the market is. If the market is red today, it will probably drag it down, so keep an eye. Tesla making, looks like the whole market is making a rebound. Tesla rebounded back above 230. That's nice. AMD again rebounded. QQQ, nice bounce here. SPY looks like it's flirting with our midline, I think. Yeah, we're back to flirting with the midline. Very strong, very, very strong, hard reject of the 50 MA here. Look at this bounce. Look at this long wick rejection, and the body closed above this resistance line here. If that's not making a statement, I don't know what is. Bulls definitely stepped up on that candle. $1 million question is, will they keep stepping up, or was that just a fake out? So we're gonna have to see. Again, SPY going down. Love to see that. Again, only because I'm in a put that got cremated, right? So, and I'm really hoping to get to a place where the trend is bearish, so I can start averaging down. What is it selling down at now? Ugh. Oh, look at that, guys. Ugly, 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 ugly. All right. So ask bid almost 1.3, 1.4, right? So super tempting to average down. Not gonna touch that until I get confirmation. Gonna stay strong here, guys. Gonna stay strong. Gonna stay disciplined, right? So let's see here. All right, we're below the 21 MA. Would love for it to properly lose the 50 MA that's down. Go for the 38.5. 381.5. It coincides with the futures level that we had, that if we break under, we go down. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. Again, the market is not making a definitive move here. We're getting these wild moves up and down. To be expected, we just had some major news that the market is digesting, and everyone is kind of scared. They want to really see what happens with Apple first, and I don't blame them. Apple, huge part of the SPY and QQQ. So, if anyone is worried about this, I really don't blame them. Jay Smooth is asking, what are your thoughts on Intel for ER? I don't have anything on Intel for ER. As a matter of fact, I'm using Intel earnings to judge AMD and Nvidia earnings, to be honest with you. I would say, just from a pure price action perspective, it does not bode well for Intel to be down 0.8 or 0.5% when both AMD and Nvidia and Marvel are up quite a lot, right? So this does not bode very well for the stock. Like, look at this. This is extremely bearish action. I would definitely say, as long, like, this could be just, again, people getting out of the stock because they don't want to play earnings. But I would definitely say this: if we break this level here, people are freaking out way too much. Probably someone knows something, things are a little bit bearish. If not, this level holds and we're just going above here, then this is just a normal outflow that is to be expected. But I don't have thoughts one way or the other. Slightly bearish, honestly, to be honest with you, because again, we saw what uh, uh, you know AMD numbers were like, they were pretty horrible. So I don't see how it's not bearish, but we'll have to wait and see. There you go, baby. There you go. Die, market. Die. Death. I want to see that. Just absolute red. There you go. Finally, red on the SPY. And the VIX is up zero point 0.5, which is what I wanted to see. So can't complain. Pretty happy about that. Look at that huge, sexy green red candle. And uh, this is gonna show you guys here once it slows up another reason why Ivy Crush will get you, and premiums will get you. Look at this. We had the big green candle, red candle here, and we're still down 30%, right? And this is why, again, is because of IV, right? So it is what it is, but we're making our way back here, right? We gained back almost $100 on this one. So hey, we're taking the wins where we got them. Jay Garden, second scalp test. Well done, Jay. Well done. Scalp it, baby. Today is a scalping day, right? Today, scalping is your friend. Look at this. We, of course, rebounded right on this level here. Like I said, this is shaping up to be pretty critical major support here. The reason why I'm not still averaging down here is I am waiting. I want to see a clean breakthrough. We can see a peak through and then bounce back up. Not interested in that. Want to see a proper breakdown, right? We got a proper breakdown. I'm happy. VIX is climbing up. Let's go. Up 0.8%. Let's go. Come on. I want to see VIX 1% here. I want to see it drag the market down with it. Again, like I said, guys, as expected, GDP was pretty bad. I don't see any, like, I don't see how the Fed does not really freak out, just looking at that. So looks like the market is finally, coming back to its senses. That's pretty good here. Angelique says, agreed, scalping is money today. Yeah, 100%, like 100%. Again, I could be wrong. The market could just do a U-turn and just run up, right? So, we're not seeing a definitive freak out, which is what I would expect. I expect a huge freak out from the market seeing these numbers. We're not getting a freak out yet. This does not look like freaking out to me. This all could change soon. We'll see. But so far, again, some nice, beautiful red candles here. Pretty happy about that. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Let's see where we're up here. How you doing? Okay, there we go. There we go. Starting 3.3. I got in at 3.7. I know, horrible, but now we're only down like 0.8%. So that's nice, right? Don't forget we have the loss from the other put that I closed. So I am really hoping that we'd actually start making up some of that back. We're green. We're up 2% on the one that's remaining. So that's nice. Let's go back here to the charts. Ooh, baby, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. I love this is a nice candle here. We'll probably go back and test. So if that does happen, I will get, if not, I'm not gonna chase it on the way down here. So I'm gonna wait for a pullback in order to get in. VIX absolutely beautiful at 1.5% here. Just amazing, lovely. This is what you want to see. VVIX, the inflows are increasing. It was down 3%. Now it's only down 0.5%. This is what you want to see. So lots of inflows, lots of people buying puts. Again, makes perfect sense. People freaking out about the numbers they saw today. They want to start hedging again. People were not hedging, and VIX was going down because they thought the Fed is going to pivot, right? So they were like, I'm not gonna buy puts. I don't need it, right? But now with the GDP numbers out, with the Fed pretty much being inept, they're like, well, no, I'm gonna need some protection here. So all right, so market making a little bit of sense here. Tesla pulling back sharply down to 225 here. Apple pretty bad. Apple down 2%. Probably that's why the market is down that much. Apple really dragging us down here, but Shopify still strong, up almost 14%. Good for you, Shopify, baby. Netflix. Netflix is it's like it's its own stock at this point. It does not care what the market does. Only down 0.6%. I was hoping it was down more. I'm really looking for an entry for Netflix here, to be honest with you guys. So I want to see Netflix go down a little bit. Let's see here. PayPal, finance. Ooh, damn. I mean, can't say I'm surprised that Credit Suisse missed this much. because I'm sure you guys have heard about the horrible news from Credit Suisse. But yeah, disastrous earnings. Wow, that is just like absolutely nasty. It's down 16% for a bank. That is, oh my God, look at those EPS. 990% miss. That is horrible. Oh my, you guys at Credit Suisse need to just like get your shit back in order. Yeah, you're not gonna be a major bank here for long if you keep this if this keeps happening. This is just absolutely horrible. Keep in mind, guys, almost every bank and financial institution beat. No one missed this bad. Even Morgan Stanley still made it back up. This is horrible for Credit Suisse. And we all know why, right? Like it makes perfect sense. Jay's asking, what are your thoughts on 1111 270p around 4.8? My thoughts is that you're putting yourself in a region where you're expecting bad news from the Feds, and we don't know that yet. My personally, how I'm gonna play the FMOC is I'm gonna play it right before it. So right before the FMOC, and I'm gonna play small size. Do we pull back all the way down to FMC? I don't know. Again, I would like to remind you, and we're just gonna look at the one-day chart here. I would like to remind you of something very important. We are pulling back, yes, but still within healthy bullish levels. Let me just show you again here on the one day. Jay, look at this, my friend. Here we made a lower high, right? We have a rejection here of the 50 MA, sure. But the $1 million question is, will we pull back and then to make a higher low and then go back up again or not? I don't know, right? So I don't think you need to get it that far out if you're expecting a pullback maybe all the way up to 200 to the FMOC. I'm with you. I kind of expect the same thing too, but you don't need that far out of a call. Like, don't hold this through the FMOC. And that doesn't mean the FMOC is not gonna be bad. I'm just saying, like, doesn't make much sense. So that's my 2 cents at least, right? So beautiful baby, beautiful. How are we doing with our SPX? Come on, refresh, baby. Interactive Brokers doesn't want to show me, if I made money or not. It's like, no, you only lose money with me. You don't make money. Okay, do your thing. All right, we're up $38. Nothing crazy, up 10%. So nothing earth-shattering here. Again, this is sort of kind of considered, not considered. It is a same day expiry. Not my favorite, not my best position to get into, especially with something so far out of the money. Theta will start eating this one, so I might look to get out of this one and get into something, more closer to the money, maybe expiring tomorrow. So let's just keep an eye on the market here. Ugly, ugly, ugly. We like ugly, or at least I like ugly. All right, so now of course, the first thing that goes through my mind in a situation like this, I wish I didn't cut the other put. I wish, I held it. But again, how could we have known? The right thing was cutting the put. The right thing was minimizing my loss. The right thing was moving on. So it is what it is. I would have been green now, but does it matter? Hell no. The right thing was cutting that put. I cut that put. I took the loss. I am definitely better off for it. So no regrets. It is what it is. And it could have very easily gone up, right? So, no need to, think about what could have possibly happened, right? So again, as expected, it is going up here probably to, like we just sliced through this. So we might retest this on the back end here to make sure that, this is now no longer support and it is indeed resistance, which is going to be super important here. So I might have missed my chance to get out of this while I'm green. Yeah, I did. It is what it is. It's okay. We'll just keep playing with this one. No biggie. So again, critical point here, important point here is that we're gonna need to see this hold. We're gonna need to see the 31.85 level hold. That's gonna be super important, because if it does not, things can very much turn around, and we can see again us going back in this area where we start chopping again. So keep that in mind. It could be one of those chop days, right? So I would not just just chase this and jump into puts yet. I want to see confirmation. I want to see these levels, this area here hold. I want to see a rejection, right? And I want to see it start going down again, right? Because if we go back in this channel, no bueno, right? No good. We might start, we might keep chopping again. Okay, so AMD gave back a lot, of course, and that's to be expected. Tesla now red, or a little green. Uh, Apple making back some. Again, I think like this is a little relief bounce for most of these stocks. Uh, Damn it, Netflix. Netflix is up a little bit since we last looked at it. It was minus point 0.6. It's now minus point 0.5. Like Netflix just, yeah, now it's up point 0.4. Fine, Netflix. If anyone is in Netflix, congratulations, guy. Like this I shouldn't have. Okay, like I think it's punishing me because I cut it, and I was like, oh, I'll get back on a pullback. It's like, well, no pullbacks for you. Like if you can't handle me while I'm pulling back, you don't deserve me while I'm going up. All right, Netflix, fine, fair is fair. Uh, I will keep looking for an entry though. I still do think we get that 330, finish filling the gap. That's gonna be interesting for sure. But till then, I'm gonna keep an eye on the SPY here, see what it's doing. All right, see, this is good, right? So this is what we wanted here, because you see, this was a low here in this pre-market. So I would say this area here, right? This is turning into an area of, demand. So again, I'm looking for this area to hold here between this and this, right? It doesn't deserve to have its own support or resistance line, but an area to look at nonetheless, right? So this is good. Why? Because we keep holding this area. We're forming our bear flag here, preparing for the next leg down. So this is good, right? So we want to see this area holding, right? We see this area holding, then we're good for puts. And GLX says 10% for the day. I'm out. My nerves too sensitive today. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Today is definitely a nerve-wracking day. That's for damn sure. Just the market absolutely nutty. But so far, going according to expectations, so that's good, right? We just need to make sure that our expectations are holding, right? And we're not gonna get screwed on this move here. So just keeping an eye on this one. VIX starting to climb back up a little bit, which is always very nice. AMD is still holding, right? Tesla. Oh, Tesla's going back down here. Oh yeah, Tesla going down. Apple back going down. Looks like the relief bounce. It's. I bet if we open up all these, like they all have the same bear flag formation. Yeah, there you go. Apple bear flag forming here. Probably Amazon the same thing too. Yeah, they all have the same bear flag formation, so okay, cool. So I guess again, all we need to do here is sit back, relax, and wait for this to see, does this become a proper bear flag? Does this area here hold, or does it get breakthrough and we go back in the chop area? If we go back in the chop area, where this is gonna be a pretty damn boring day. If not, if it breaks down, if we start going down here, then we're gonna have a nice trend, and we know what to trade or how to trade in that case. So we have at least a bearish bias in that situation here. So that's always nice. Let's hope our bear flag holds. All right, so let's see what else do we have here. AMD pretty strong, trying to claw back, some of these gains, but it's stuck here under 200 MA. N-phase still up here. Wow, M-phase is at 300 now. That is amazing. Tesla still flirting with the opening price here, green, red. But of course, we see here very clear bear flag forming. So again, all of these stocks, probably all the major stocks are, like coordinating sort of, if you will, with the SPY. So the idea here is that bear flag, it works, it goes down, bear flag, it fails, and we're gonna go back into the chop region. So fingers crossed. All right, so back to SPY here. Yeah, still within our area, so that's to be expected. Let's have a quick look here at our futures platform. One excellent thing that they have in this platform here is the news thing. I've been using that a lot actually, and it's pretty damn accurate and very quick, right? So they send you all the updates here, and you get them like almost immediately, which is pretty damn cool in my opinion, honestly. So yeah, just notification. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the ES, right? Uh, gives us a different perspective here. Again, we see here the bear flag, of course, and we see here the equivalent level that we just showed you here. So this is the level here. Looks like we're testing it here. Yeah, looks like we're testing it. Looks like we might go back in the chop zone, which is the worst case scenario here. We don't want to get stuck in the chop zone. I would rather lose money on the puts and see this just go all the way up here, and then we start at least going up. But the last thing I want here is a chop day. So just something to keep in mind here. So of course our green line here is the 50 MA, so we might be going for the 50 MA test. And if we do, I will short it. So I'm gonna place a little short here, in case we test the 50 MA.
Order filled.
And it got filled. Okay. So it looks like it's just gonna keep going up. I'll probably place my stop here, in case this keeps running. But that was one hell of a move. All right. So it's still trying to decide whether it wants to go back down below the 50 MA and retest it, or it wants to go above the 21 MA. So we're gonna have to wait and see. All right. Jay says, I am getting into Trade Evade. Do you think you could do a video on how your platform is set up with the indicators? Might be a lot to ask. Not a lot to ask at all, my good friend. I will definitely do that. No problem. Over the weekend, I'll set up a video for that. Jeff said, I have calls. I need SPY 390. We're on the opposite sides of the same trade, my friend. SPY to 390 would absolutely just kill me. I hope it doesn't. But, we're going to have to wait and see. So let's see here what the charts are doing. Wow, that is a damn strong indicator. But look at this. Look at the volume. Surprisingly, this volume here, like, look, it's going down. So this could be just a fake pump here. Volume is trending down. So not looking super good here for the SPY. And let's see here. I hope we both. I really do. I swear to God, like sometimes, like when I'm in the opposite trade off, like between me and like some of my friends, I really hope we both somehow make money. I don't know how, but I really hope we both do. So all right, so things are calming down a little bit here. Like I said, that was a low volume pump. So I'm gonna move my stop here just in case it runs again, right? To minimize my loss, in case the fake pump attracts like real buyers. I don't wanna. So I'm gonna put it here right under the shelf. Give me a big red candle down. Let's see, huge big red candle down, making new lows here. You know you want to. You know you want to. Come on. Come on. Do it for your friend Ash. Still struggling. It's trying, but it's really struggling. I would say that much. I'm just gonna keep moving my stop loss down here because if it breaks through, it might be a strong breakthrough. So I don't want to get caught in that. All right, here. So Again, ideally here, I would like to see this go back down under 381.5, which is, where we've been struggling now. So give me one big red candle. One big red candle. Not one big green candle. Big red. Big red. Big red. Come on, big red. You know you want to. So the purple line is the 21 MA, right? Which is, as you guys can see, it's really flirting with here, right? So and move it right above the 21 MA here.
Stop filled.
What? What do you mean stop filled? Yeah, no problem. So I'm gonna put another short here, right under the 50 MA in case it goes down. And I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it do its business right above this level here. And we're gonna go back here and see what the chart is telling us. So we also have the 200 MA approaching. So, fingers crossed on that one. Move up a little bit here. So of course, testing the 50 MA here, we have this nice volume shelf, kind of providing some support. So I'm gonna go down a little bit beneath the volume shelf here. Yeah, this is nice here, right beneath the volume shelf, because I don't want it to go down and then just run back up again, right? So I want to see a big red candle going right, slicing right through the volume shelf, right? So see, this is what I was talking about. You see this choppiness here?
Stop filled.
All right. Make me proud. Make me proud. Come on. Keep going down. Keep going down. Yep. 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 Come on. There you go. Well done. Well done. Nope. Come on. You know you want to. Give me new lows. Still struggling to lose the 50 MA, which I get it. Makes sense. I'm just gonna place another stop here at the same level, just in case it reverses on me. Again, capping my losses. But let's see here. Yeah, so this is, for me, this is the absolute worst case scenario. Just getting in this area. Just because, of course, losing the money on the puts, it's a big issue. But of course, the choppiness here. This is a choppy zone. I was hoping we get a proper breakthrough, and get out of the chop zone. But it does not look like it's on the cards. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get stopped out on this one too. I mean, hey, maybe we get a bullish day, right?
Stop filled.
No, stop. Well, yeah, I think we lost some like decent money on these few trades, probably like $200-300, right? Yeah, $200. Damn. Not my day today, guys. Definitely not my day. No worries. We'll make it up somehow. All right, so let's see here. So again, volume is still decreasing, which worries me a little bit, but this definitely does look bullish. So the $1 million question here is, will things turn around or will they remain the same? VIX, wow, VIX down almost 1%. Just absolutely flipped everything here on its head. Just crazy. Damn, look at these huge green candles. That's just like absolutely nuts, absolutely bonkers. So let's see the level. The 384.4 level probably is this level here on the futures. Yeah, 387.75. So we're in the chop region, right? Which is not the best area to be in. I hope at least we break through this and we get some bullish bias. Then okay, in that case, then I would switch to bullish calls. But so far this is a little bit worrying here. I really hope we don't keep chopping inside this area. But things are turning bullish. So the VIX here, look at that, VIX is down quite a bit. We're getting these huge green candles. The only problem is that the volume is decreasing. It's starting to pick up a little bit here, which is nice, right? So that's something that's nice. AMD picking up a little bit here. Uh, Tesla's definitely helping push the market up 1.5%. Apple's the main thing. Okay, Apple probably is the reason why the whole thing is pushing up. Look at this. It just like beast just went all the way through its to up. Excellent. Again, the main test for Apple here will always be this line, the 200 MA, if it's able to break it or not, right? Because yesterday it really had trouble, staying above it, and you can see here just like it just went down a lot. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on this one here. See, SPY. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna have to see here, are we gonna form a little bit of a bull flag, or are we just gonna consolidate here, or what the situation will be? But again, look at this like amazing V-shaped recovery. This is just absolutely bonkers, right? Like crazy, absolute, V-shaped recovery. Look at this, went all the way down and then all the way up. Jeff is saying testing upper band of VWAP. Never mind, broke it. Yeah, I know. It's just like huge, big, sudden moves, right? Like absolutely crazy. Okay, so we're down around like 3,681. We closed 3,800 yesterday. So we're down like $480, which is sad. I was hoping. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the proper updated number. We pretty much like this kind of erases yesterday's gains. It is what it is. The day is not done yet, but I'll definitely be taking a little break. I don't want to revenge trade here. I'm getting ideas in my mind, so I don't think that's good. But yeah, I mean, like it's around the time we end the stream now anyway. I'm just gonna go out for a walk or something, just take a breather here, and I'll be back. We're gonna make that money back, but I don't want to make it in the mentality that I am in right now, which is like revenge trading. We're down now both on the futures account and the options account. Not a pretty picture. But hey, I'll reset and I'll come back. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Maybe even we can do another stream. Possible. We'll see towards the end of the day. But yeah, let me know if you guys will be interested in another stream towards the end of the day. We can make that happen today, maybe. So let me know in the Discord if this is something that interests you guys. But yeah, I'll be just taking a breather and then I'll be back in the Discord and hopefully we make our losses back from today. If we don't find opportunities, I'm not gonna, press it. But yeah. All right. Till then, guys. Cheers.